Hello and welcome to the first edition of QTV News. Every month we'll be giving you a roundup of what's happening across the university. With the Northern Ireland Assembly election results announced and ministerial portfolios decided, Queen's Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Professor Tony Gallagher, outlines how the proposed funding cuts will affect Queen's and what the university is doing about them.
Well, we're working on plans to deal with the efficiency savings which have been imposed on the universities by the department. In Queen's, that amounts to a substantial saving to be required over the next number of years. We've identified a number of corporate measures, a number of other measures, but this is going to be equivalent to reducing the total staff complement at this stage by equivalent to about 200 posts. Beyond that, we're working very closely with all the politicians to ensure there will be no further disinvestment in higher education, because that would be a further burden for us to deal with.
The Department for Employment and Learning's consultation document proposing the merger of Stranmillis University College and Queen's University is due to close on the 10th of June. Both institutions showcased the vision for future education training in Northern Ireland at a recent workshop in Stranmillis. Proposals for the new Stranmillis School of Education at Queen's were presented to key stakeholders from across Northern Ireland. Queen's Professor John Gardner outlined the benefits of the merger.
The key benefits relate to three significant areas of activity in education: teaching, research and the sectors that are covered. The benefits for Queen's are that we will have a much stronger presence in the primary school teacher training area, and for Stranmillis they will have this new proposed group will have a stronger presence in the secondary and post-primary. So bringing those two together dovetails several very important areas of teaching and research, and it's quite an exciting development.
Queen's University has been named as Northern Ireland's top employer for women. The Times listing also revealed it's one of only 2 universities to feature in the UK top 50 workplaces for female staff. Reinforcing this accolade is the news that 8 of the 14 newly appointed professors at Queen's are also women. The School of Electronics, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science have 2 female professors for the first time. May O'Neill, at only 32, is the youngest female professor in the university.
Absolutely delighted to be promoted to professor. I have to say I wasn't really expecting it, so it was even nicer news whenever I did find out, so yeah, absolutely delighted. Well, I would be involved in promoting engineering as a career to female students for quite a number of years now, so I kind of think this is quite a nice opportunity to present myself as a professor, and it allows me to act as a really good role model for young females and encourage them to think about this as a career choice.
I'm absolutely delighted to be promoted as a professor. It's a recognition about my research, my teaching, my contribution to the school and the university. My research area is about artificial intelligence. It's a very hard topic, and it's male-dominated throughout across the world. So my promotion hopefully would send a right message to female computer scientists to work hard, to join us, and then your contribution will be recognized.
Following on from the visit of President Obama to Ireland, the 50th anniversary of John F. Kennedy's inauguration was celebrated in front of over 300 guests at Queen's University, with a lecture by renowned US presidential historian Robert Dallek. Professor Dallek looked back on the leadership and legacy of President Kennedy and paid tribute to the close links Queen's University has with the United States.
His was an inspirational voice. As you'll see from my lecture, there's a lot of criticism of him and of the substance of what he did as president. But it doesn't seem to matter because he remains an inspirational figure. And there are so few on the American scene, and so few of these American presidents have a commanding hold on the public's imagination, so that Kennedy stands above all of them now. John F. Kennedy, of course, has a special hold on the people of Northern Ireland and Ireland, and it's like the connection, one might say, of Queen's University to the United States, because Americans know about Queen's University as one of the oldest and most distinguished institutions in the UK, and I think it very fitting that I should be talking about John F. Kennedy in this setting.
Also making the headlines at Queen's was Professor John McCanney, Director of the Institute of Electronics, Communications and Information Technology. He was awarded the Royal Irish Academy's Cunningham Medal. Presented every 3 years, it's the Academy's most prestigious accolade and recognises outstanding contributions to scholarship. And finally, fourth-year medical student Therese White has just returned from an elective that was out of this world. She spent a month with NASA in the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, helping doctors and surgeons prepare for the launch of the Endeavour shuttle. Well, that's just about it for this month, but looking ahead to the next QTV Bulletin, we have the University Boat Race on the 11th of June, the Queen's Showcase at Stormont showing the impact of the university's research, and a preview of July's graduations. But until then, from me, Jane Veitch, goodbye.